there has been some recent speculation that Donald Trump might soon announce he's running for 2024. And that got me thinking, is Trump the best choice for 2024? Certainly the Democrats think he has a good chance of being number 47. That's what this January 6th committee is all about, stopping the second rise of DJT. Now here's the thing, Democrats have every reason in the world to not want Trump back in office. 45 got things done, things the Democrats hate. I mean, do you think someone like Jeb Bush would have nominated judges for the Supreme Court who would have done the right thing and overturned Roe v. Wade? Would a rhino like the late John McCain have stopped the flow of illegal aliens across our southern border? Under a Washington swamp creature like Mitt Romney, do you think we would have become energy independent? Or moved our embassy in Israel to Jerusalem? Or withdrew from the Paris Climate Agreement? Or took on China in a meaningful way? Democrats and rhinos alike don't want a guy like Trump in office ever again. Someone who isn't beholden to special interests. Someone who doesn't owe anyone for being there except maybe the American public. And someone who actually tried to change how things work in D.C. They got a good thing going up on Capitol Hill, and they don't want someone screwing it all up. The upside of Trump living in the White House again are the reasons Democrats and rhinos are so desperately trying to not let that happen. He doesn't play by the swamp's rules. An assumed downside to Trump moving back into 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue would be the chaos that comes with it. Now don't get me wrong, the chaos will mostly be astroturfed by Democrats, but there will be a lot of it. And actually, I'm not so sure that it's a bad thing. Changing Washington is like trying to do an intervention on 1,000 drug addicts all at the same time. It's gonna be chaotic. Just look at where the swamp has us right now. We're sending billions of dollars to foreign countries to try to help them secure their borders, while our southern border is being invaded. We shut down the Keystone XL pipeline that would have brought in over 800,000 barrels of oil a day, while we allowed Russia to run their pipeline into Europe. Gas prices are through the roof. Inflation is soaring. I mean, I actually passed on buying bacon the other day at the grocery store because it was so expensive. Things are getting bad. So while the chaos that would come with another Trump presidency wouldn't be good for the country, the reason it would be happening would be good. The swamp doesn't want to lose control of the country. They don't want less regulations and lower taxes. They don't want states to decide for themselves on issues like abortion. They don't even want states to run their own elections. And they certainly don't want a president in office again who doesn't owe them anything. Now to get back to my original question, is Trump the best choice for 2024? Well, we have to look at who might be the other Republican candidates. And I think there are a couple that have a chance of gaining some real traction. And that's the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, and the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem. I think both would make good presidents. And they both benefit from having witnessed Trump's presidency and all the craziness Democrats did. I really don't think it matters who the Republican nominee is in 24. Chaos is coming. The Democrats have their game plan of wild accusations and civil unrest. I mean, Trump was called a fascist for cutting taxes and regulations, something no real fascist would ever do. And I'm sure they'll hit any Republican candidate who wins the nomination with that charge. And they've actually already started. Check out what was said on MSNBC when they were speculating about whether Trump is about to announce he's running again.
There are a lot of younger people in that party that are much scarier. DeSantis, for one, who just today announced he was going to require all students in Florida's colleges to declare their political views. I mean, this guy is a fascist.
That was former presidential candidate Howard Dean already spreading the wild accusations. DeSantis is more dangerous than Trump. He's a fascist. Is Florida really going to require all college students to declare their political views? Here's what PolitiFact had to say about it. Governor Ron DeSantis just signed legislation requiring students, faculty, and staff at Florida's public universities and colleges to register their political views with the state. False. You know a Democrat lie is outrageous when a liberal group like PolitiFact couldn't even give it a half-true or a mostly false. But the accusations won't stop with fascist. They'll also call whoever the Republican nominee is a racist, a sexist, and a homophobe too. You know, the standard Democrat attacks. And just imagine how crazy Democrats would get if the governor of South Dakota was the nominee. They would freak out at the prospect of the first female president being a Republican. I think 2024 comes down to these two questions. Can Trump win the general election, and can his presidency be successful in all the chaos? On the latter question, I think it's obvious that Trump can get things done in the chaos. I mean, there are Democrats on the J6 committee who were planning to impeach Trump before he even took office in 2017. The chaos won't stop Trump. What I am worried about, though, is if it could stop him from getting elected. There were a lot of Americans who just wanted the chaos to stop and thought Joe Biden would make everything right again. What I hope is that some of them realize now that the chaos is just a political tactic. With runaway inflation, crazy gas prices, pandemonium at our southern border, and the country sliding into a recession like Pete Rose breaking up a double play, there should be chaos right now. But Democrats are still focused on Trump and pretending that things have never been better. Look, the chaos is coming no matter what, but I do think it would be harder to get some of the crazy accusations to stick to DeSantis or Noem. Whether it's fair or not, they just don't have the baggage that Trump has, at least not yet. And that might give Ron and Christie a better chance in the general election. Another point that has to be made is that if Trump is number 47, the Democrats will be able to convince a lot of people that the chaos is Trump's fault. But if that chaos is happening during a Christie-Noem administration, more people might realize that the chaos is nothing more than a tactic Democrats use to manipulate those who vote but aren't really paying attention. You know, like typical Democrats. If the Republican nominee in 24 is someone worth voting for, meaning they're not a swamp creature like a Mitt Romney or Liz Cheney, you best prepare for the worst, because the chaos is coming. And that's the simple truth. Now, I do want to hear what you guys think. What's your dream ticket for 2024? And if it's a fair election, do you think Trump can win? Or do you think someone like DeSantis or Noem would have a better chance? Let's talk about it in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you all want to support this channel, check out the links in the description, and let's keep putting some common sense back into the great debate.